6:44 on this Thanksgiving, a Thankful Thursday story about a friendship that started on a driveway. The Delaware Police Department posted 2 photos of an officer wrapping his arms around an elderly man. We spotted this story back in September, but quickly learned this friendship has been years in the making. Just the sight of this police cruiser brings Ed Phillips to tears.
Doing all right? Sure.
Bad as I did before.
It's all right, man.
The long hug and the silent tears symbolize a friendship that began long before Ed knew Cliff Dawkins as a police officer. Every day, Ed would make the walk to his mailbox, and every day, his friend Cliff, the mailman, would show up.
He would pull up, and I'd go down, get the mail, and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And he said, "Well, you working in the yard again?" I said, "Yeah, I work in the yard a lot."
He would always walk, no matter what the season was, and come and get his mail and call me by my name and ask me how I was doing and offer me drinks and, snacks, and, he treated me like a person.
The two quickly found a common bond created through respect.
Even though we have an age gap, it's still amazing how much
We have what?
It's just amazing the connections that you have with people.
But in 2018, Dawkins ended his mail route to become a Delaware City police officer.
My goal in life, honestly, is to make the world better than when I found it, and Delaware gave me the opportunity to do that.
For years, Ed wondered what happened to his buddy Cliff.
I don't know. I just kind of had a bond with him and just seemed to get along so good. I mean, I didn't even know his last name. I don't even know it now.
It's Dawkins.
Dawkins.
Officer Dawkins.
That's a good name.
Ed didn't realize how much he missed his friend until this past September. You see, Ed's wife of almost 67 years passed away. Peggy was Ed's everything. He was lost until one day.
We were all in here, and I said, I want to find out where Cliff is.
Ed's granddaughter heard Cliff, the mailman, became a police officer. So she emailed Delaware PD asking if an Officer Cliff Dawkins could briefly catch up with her grandpa because it would mean the world to him.
Just hearing about the situation, and once we started talking, it just hit me like, okay, I know exactly where I need to go. It was one of those things where, as an officer, as a friend, as a soldier, you want to be there to try to help somebody.
And from Facebook, it is clear Ed isn't Cliff's only fan. One person wrote, "Officer Dawkins still visits my grandma after my grandpa passed in December." Others remember him as a mailman who always had a smile on his face.
You're not just delivering mail, you're looking out for your neighborhood, you're checking on people, you're noticing certain things.
Well, it's kind of like I'm thankful. Not that I lost my wife, but I've gained a friend.
Ed also gained a new family. Officer Dawkins says he plans to introduce Ed to his wife and their 4 children.
He's going to have a lot of work cut out for him. But
I'm going to work up to it.
Well, as a friend, as a veteran, as a person in this community, it's not like an obligation. I feel like it's the right thing to do. It's the moral compass thing to do. It's the ability to be able to do it I'm thankful for. So
how can you beat that? You can.
Sure can. Pretty tough to beat indeed. If you have a Thankful Thursday story to share, reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.